This girl gets separated from her twin sister and sent to a parallel world full of supernatural creatures. After reaching her teen age, the girl finally meets her sister and discovers some dark secrets. The universe is divided into two realms. One realm is meant for the humans, but the second realm is called the Fey realm, and it is full of supernatural creatures. It is a world full of magic. Fairies, trolls, shapeshifters, and vampires used to live in the Fey realm, and each one of them has their own kingdom. Long ago, there was peace in both the human realm and the Fey realm. Some of the old fairies even used to visit the human realm to explore the powers hidden there. Everything was fine until the Dragon King arrived and declared his rule. He was the most powerful dragon the universe had ever seen. All the clans rose up against him, but he was unstoppable and the Dragon War began. The Fae was completely destroyed and most of the fairies were killed while defeating the Dragon King. The last few survivors escaped to the human realm and hid themselves with cloaking spells that didn't let the humans discover them. It's been several years and the supernatural creatures have created their own little world. They even build an academy to teach their children about their history and magical powers. Among other students, there's a girl named Jessa LeBron. She's quite popular in the academy, but also has a lot of haters, including the headmaster. He often scolds her for coming late, but can't punish her because her father, Jonathan, is the council leader. Jessa dodges the headmaster to get the breakfast in time, but luckily her friends always keep a spot for her. After joining the line, Jessa starts complaining how the headmaster is always keeping an eye on her while he's forgiving towards other students. Her vampire friend, Max, gives her a chocolate cake and advises her to ignore the headmaster's behavior. Jessa thanks him with a kiss and proceeds to the table with Tara, her best friend. Tara asks why Jessa doesn't date Max as he clearly likes her, but Jessa immediately refuses this idea. Max's brother, Brax, the dragon, also likes Jessa, so if she dates one of them, their friendship will be ruined. After a while, the boys join them too, along with Jay, a fairy. Jessa notices the rude behavior of the headmaster's daughter, Elda, and points it out, but Elda starts mocking Jessa and says that she's taking advantage of her father's position. Jessa argues back, but her friends advise her to ignore Elda. Later that day, Jessa feels like the academy walls are suffocating her. She needs some fresh air, but Max believes that they shouldn't be skipping classes every other day. However, Jessa convinces Brax to join her on a run around the forest. Jessa feels more freedom in her werewolf form and loves being in her natural habitat. After reaching the middle of the forest, Jessa and Brax notice the headmaster forcefully dragging a kid through a magical door. Jessa tries to get inside the door, but it's locked by magic. She returns to the academy and gets invited by Tara for dinner. Tara's mother is a really sweet lady, and she wants Jessa to be more careful at school so her father doesn't get in trouble. However, Jessa believes there's so much more her father has been hiding from her. She always feels an unknown connection to the human realm. Meanwhile, in the human realm, a girl named Misha also keeps getting mysterious visions. It seems like she can see through Jessa's eyes. Misha usually draws her visions and they always turn out beautiful. Her friend asks her to post them online, but Misha's mother, Leenda, doesn't allow her to use social media. Moreover, they keep moving places and avoid talking much to strangers. Misha also gets weird dreams in which she finds herself turning into a werewolf. When she wakes up, she finds wolf scratches on her couch. Misha wants to see a doctor, but her mother thinks it will be useless. She advises Misha to rest while she goes to work on her night shifts. After a few hours, Leenda returns and asks Misha to pack her things quickly. They need to leave immediately. Leenda takes Misha to the forest and tells her that a cloaking spell is hiding another world. Meanwhile, Jonathan brings Jessa and tells the two girls that they are twin sisters. Both Misha and Jessa aren't ready to accept this reality. They always thought that their parents separated because of common reasons, but they didn't expect this, especially Misha. She never knew supernatural creatures exist. Jonathan asks the girls to stay calm and wait for a better time to do the whole discussion. Right now, they must return home to stay safe. The next day, Misha joins the academy, and Jessa is in charge of looking after her. After introducing Misha to her friends, Jessa lets Jonathan do the registration work. Misha needs to be enrolled in the academy as soon as possible. Her powers aren't developed yet, but Jonathan convinces the headmaster to give her a few months as she's new to all these things. Misha also meets Elda, but dislikes her as much as Jessa does. Later that day, Misha joins others for lunch, but she just keeps staring at other students. It's her first time surrounded by fairies, shapeshifters, and even mermaids. Whatever she read in the books or saw in the movies was mostly lies. She's finally knowing that werewolves aren't controlled by the full moon, they can shapeshift anytime they want. Moreover, the vampires like Max don't come out at night to hunt humans but get daily hemoglobin shots. Misha keeps hearing everything quietly and wonders how she's going to survive here. During the classes, the teacher warmly welcomes Misha and starts talking about the human world. Just like Misha, the supernaturals also learned about humans through TV shows, which are mostly from the 18th century. Misha gets frustrated and asks the teacher to visit the human realm once before teaching the students about it. Unfortunately, the teacher gets angry and asks Misha to leave. Jessa feels embarrassed because of her and asks her sister to be more respectful towards the other creatures. However, Misha is not being rude. She's just trying her best to fit in. After the heated argument with her sister, Misha tries to talk to her friend, but there's no internet or phone service in the supernatural world. Max notices her sadness and tells her that she's going to love Jessa eventually. They are related by blood, so they can't be away from each other for long. Misha tries to accept the whole situation, but she needs to talk to her mother first. Jessa reaches home too, and the both girls witness their parents kissing. The girls confront them and ask why they were pretending to be exes. In response, the parents reveal that Jessa and Misha are dragon-marked. In every generation, a few cursed creatures are born with a mark from the Dragon King. To protect the rest of the world, the dragon-marked are locked away. To keep the girls, Jonathan and Leenda used powerful magic to hide the marks and suppress Misha's powers so she could survive in the human world. Moreover, the twins need to be separated to keep the magic spell protected. The parents want Misha and Jessa to continue protecting this secret so their family doesn't get in danger. After returning to the academy, Misha shows her drawings of the scene where Jessa saw the boy being taken away by the headmaster. The boy had a mysterious mark that is similar to a dragon. The girls decide to investigate this matter, so they tell their friends about the mysterious boy. They need to break into the headmaster's study to get more clues. As all the paths are locked, they need to use the tithe lines. These are invisible wires that connect each student to the academy, so their powers can be used to run the building. Tara uses her magic to reveal the tithe lines. Jay travels on it carrying Jessa while the rest of them stay on guard. They steal some magic tokens and rush back in time, but the headmaster hears the security alarms. He immediately arrives to check and finds a token accidentally dropped by Jessa. The next morning, the headmaster investigates the surroundings and finds some footprints that lead him to Tara. He offers to decrease the punishment if she tells who helped her, but Tara takes the whole blame on herself. As a punishment, all of her powers are taken away for a month, and she has to provide double energy to the academy. Jessa thanks Tara for the sacrifice, but Tara expected more. She starts regretting her decision and becomes rude to others. During the lunch break, Misha brings a troll she befriended, but Tara doesn't like the uninvited guest and starts shooting at them. Misha apologizes and goes away with the troll, but Jessa and others follow her too while Tara is left behind. Suddenly, Elda reaches there and gives Tara a magic powder that fixes her appearance. Tara gets touched by the sweet gesture and tells Elda about her selfish friends. Elda takes advantage of the situation and makes Tara believe that it's Misha who has ruined their friends group. Now they need to plan a revenge move. Later that night, Jessa and Misha go to the travel hub and enter inside using the tokens they stole. It is full of different gates, and each one of them leads to a different place. Jessa finds the gate the headmaster used, but it is tightly locked. Before leaving, the girls try a different one, but it leads to a lava hole. Luckily, both girls survive and return home. Jessa burns heels overnight because she has supernatural powers. On the other hand, Misha has to use different remedies to look presentable. After fixing her face, she goes to class where the teacher is explaining the history of dragons. Misha suddenly asks about the dragon marked because she doesn't like them being locked away. They didn't choose to be born like this. The teacher shows some pictures and says that the dragon marked kids are also provided with all the facilities, but they are needed to keep away from others. However, Misha is not going to believe everything until she sees it with her own eyes. Later that day, the students gather for the sports where they fight each other using their powers. Misha doesn't have a suitable partner, so Tara suggests the teacher to let Misha fight with the bunny shifter, which is not a strong creature. However, it's all a part of their plan to bully Misha. Elda uses her magic to exchange bodies with the bunny shifter and throws Misha in the water. Misha tries to swim, but the mermaid grabs her feet and pins her down. Luckily, Jessa gets a vision of her sister in danger, and she jumps in the water to save her. The doctor arrives to check her and notices a familiar spell. It's something done by her teacher, Lewis. Leenda tells the doctor that Lewis once treated Misha in her childhood. However, Leenda has to tell the whole story to her daughters. Lewis was one of Jonathan's close friends. As soon as the girls developed the mark, Jonathan called Lewis for help. He was the most powerful magician but still couldn't hide the mark. The twins had a mysterious connection that helped them fight against the magic spell. Eventually, Lewis tried the magic while keeping the girls separated. It worked, but Lewis almost lost his life. Since then, Jonathan and Leenda kept their daughters away because they were afraid that the spell would break. But due to increasing danger, Leenda brought Misha back to her world. Now they need Lewis to help Misha receive her powers, but no one knows where he went after disappearing years ago. Jessa gets angry because she feels sorry for her sister. Moreover, they both grew up without a family and lead a miserable life because of a spell. Jonathan tries to explain that it was all for their safety, but Leenda believes that the girls need more time to understand everything. Jessa and Misha go back to the dorm and imagine if their parents hadn't used the magic. They would have been locked away, but at least they were together and could plan an escape. This thought makes Misha wonder if that mysterious boy was also trying to escape. To find out, they need to get past that door. Jessa grabs a token to visit the hub, but her friends are waiting at the door. They found out about their last visit and want to help. Together, they enter the hub and try different ways to open the door. Suddenly, Jay hears some mysterious music and starts humming it. The music pulls her towards another door that opens into an unknown dimension. While trying to save Jay, Brax falls with her and the door closes after them. They reach a deserted place which seems like the abandoned Fey realm. Brax wants to get out of here as soon as possible, but Jay believes that the land needs their help to revive. She starts humming the same music and vines start growing all around her. Brax gets drugged by a flower, and he falls unconscious, but when he wakes up, he finds Jay totally under the control of the vines. Brax takes his dragon form and tries to forcefully pull out Jay, but she is strongly held by the creepy vines. Meanwhile, at the hub, Jessa and others have tried everything to open the door. They eventually give up and inform Jonathan. He brings all the staff members and uses different spells to open the door. Unfortunately, all of them fail. Jessa begs the headmaster to summon a duplicate door to go to the Fey realm, but the headmaster can only do that for a place he has visited before. Several hours pass away, but no one succeeds in opening the door. The troll teacher reaches there as well and claims to be a good listener. He can hear the music of the Fey realm and hums it back. Thankfully, it works, and the door opens. Jay is sent to infirmary while the other students are called by the headmaster. He wants to give them the toughest punishment and takes away 60% of their magic energy. He even punishes Tara, who wasn't involved in this act, but she stays quiet because she regrets what she did to Misha. From the next day, Jessa and her friends keep dozing off in class due to lack of power. Now they understand how Misha feels every day. Moreover, the hub is locked for all students, and a strong security spell is used to guard it. Jessa needs a stronger plan, but before that, they all must heal, especially Jay. She's not feeling well yet and keeps lying in bed all day. Later that day during lunch, the mermaid comes to bully Jessa because she knows Jessa can't fight back. This makes Jessa really angry and she wants to fight, but Misha advises her to save energy for more important tasks. However, Jessa can't live like this and decides to ask her dad for help. He immediately refuses to go against the rules, so Jessa uses Plan B. Misha distracts Jonathan, and Jessa uses this chance to steal Jonathan's talon. As the sun sets in, Jessa and her friends initiate their plan to steal powers using the talon. It has the ability to bend the tithe lines. Tara makes the lines visible, and Jessa uses the talon to shift the power lines back towards them. They all seem to enjoy getting back their powers and make Misha wonder how it feels. Each one of the shifters starts sharing their experiences, which makes Misha more curious. She also wants to feel the power. She can't wait for Louis to return and decides to help herself. Misha goes to the forest and starts behaving like a wolf. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to help at all. Suddenly, one of Elda's friends reaches there and advises Misha to stop forcing herself. She needs to wait for her animal to come to her. However, Jessa is not that patient, and she wants to help her sister as soon as possible. She goes to Elda and threatens to tell the headmaster that she has stolen the body swap talisman. If Elda wants to keep this secret, she must lend the talisman to Jessa. Elda does as said, but she also reveals that Tara was involved in drowning Misha. Jessa gets really angry and confronts Tara. She accepts her mistake but blames Jessa for being overprotective about her sister. They start fighting wildly, and Misha and Brax jump in to stop them. Jessa can't see her sister get bullied like this anymore. She plans to body swap with Misha and help her explore the powers from close. Maybe it will help Misha develop her own. Later that night, Misha gets inside Jessa's body and turns into a wolf. She gets really happy to finally experience this magic. But her happiness is not for long. Misha tries to turn back normal, but fails. She is stuck in a wolf body forever. Subscribe for more content like this, enable notifications, and leave either 1,000 likes or 100 comments if you'd like to see a part 2. Thank you.